Good morning, FLOSSTUBE. Welcome back to my channel, Farmhouse Stitcher. This is my new little kitty, Reuben. It's been a little feisty this morning, so I'll put him back down. This is like the fourth time I've tried to start this video, and Jasper keeps walking across in front of the camera, so I've had to start it several times, and now Reuben's up here joining in as well. For anyone that's new, my name is Karen, and this is my FLOSSTUBE and crafting channel. It's been a couple of years since I've done an update. It's currently the 1st of December 2020, and I think my last update was in October 2018. My last video, I was due to have surgery on my hand and my wrist a couple of weeks later. It had already been postponed at that point 3 times, and anyway, it got postponed again. And then on December 14th, my son was killed in a workplace accident. So that was really rough. Sorry. That was really rough. And it's been pretty rough since, obviously. He turned 22 5 days before he died. On the 9th of December, he turned 22. And then on the 14th of December, he was killed. After that, things were really rough, obviously. It never gets any easier. But on top of that, there was a lot of shit that happened in 2019 that made that grieving even harder again. It was just a really shitty year, to be honest. So I really didn't stitch much in 2019. In the beginning, I did a few stitches and a few FFOs, but I kind of just, once all the shit started, I just kind of lost the bug of wanting to stitch. And then in February, I ended up having my hand and wrist surgery, which was a pretty big recovery to what I was expecting. They did a lot more work than what we anticipated before going in. So I really couldn't stitch much after that anyway, and then I just kind of lost. From that point on is when all the shit really started, of all that other stuff that happened. And so on top of grieving, there was just so much else to deal with. My head just couldn't cope with doing anything, really. It was hard enough just to get up each day and try and move forward with each day at that point. So I focused on myself. Then in May, I had a procedure done on my mouth. I had gotten 2 mouth ulcers the week following when my son was killed, and they just weren't healing. They weren't going away. They were getting worse and worse. So my GP ended up sending me to, sorry, I'm watching the cats fighting on the table, and they're going to knock all the Christmas decor off. Well, they're not fighting, they're fighting. Anyway, my doctor sent me to an oral surgeon for those, and they gave me some stuff to do for a month. He diagnosed them as Tugsies, which is a traumatic ulcerative granuloma with stromal thickening, something like that, where the ulcer is really bad and it actually invades the muscle layers of the tongue. So he gave me some stuff to do for a month, and if it hadn't healed in a month, he wanted to do biopsies on it just to get them to heal, not because he thought it was cancer or anything like that. So in a month's time, we went back, and he did end up having to do the biopsies, and they were extremely painful for a good 4 to 6 weeks before I could talk properly afterwards, because they were so painful. And then So that I had done, and then we went through a lot of legal stuff in 2019. That all finally started to settle down about October, and I just focused on myself for the most of that year, like being kind to myself, and I lost a lot of weight. I've lost almost 70 kilos, so that really helped a lot to focus on my health and my weight loss and stuff. That gave me a really good focus to, instead of that was my way of probably dealing with all the stress of 2019. And then in October, well, we'd already known for a few years that we were going to move back to Queensland sometime last year or this year. So in October, we came up to have a look at a few houses we wanted to purchase. We had 3 houses lined up that we wanted to purchase, and we ended up, by the time we got here, we ended up only having one house to look at, because one house had sold, and the other house they wanted to do, which I wasn't that keen on anyway. It was just because it was in the same street as the one that sold that I was going to have a look at it. And they didn't want to do a meet. They wanted us to wait to do a, it was like a group inspection. And we already had this house that we're in now is the house that we ended up looking at. And so just some things happened that I believe my son was looking out for me. We drove from Sydney up, and then on the Friday, my husband went to look at getting a car trailer so we could move ourselves. And as he was leaving, they went to put the plates on the trailer, and the number plates was JJ. And my son's name that was Jaden. And so that was like our first thing that we were like, oh my God. And then on the Saturday, we come looked at at the house that we're in, and we already knew before getting here we were going to put an offer on the house. We already knew what we were going to offer. We'd already worked with the real estate guy, and he'd told us what they were sort of looking for, so we knew what we were going to put in as our offer. And because we didn't have to sell a house and we had pre-approved finance, we knew we had a pretty good chance of getting the house. So my mum and dad came with us. We come and looked at this house on the Saturday morning. We went straight down and put an offer on the house. And they told us just to hang around the area, because where my mum and dad are was about an hour and a half away from where we are here. So we went up to Toowoomba, which is a nice place, and decided to go and look at Amart for new furniture, to have a look around, see what they had. And we'd literally only been up there about 20 minutes, maybe half an hour at the very most. And the real estate guy rang us back and said that the owners had accepted our offer, and did we want to meet him in half an hour to sign the paperwork. So the other thing that happened then as well is, when we'd put the offer in, we had said a 21-day settlement. And when the real estate guy rang us back to say, they'd accepted the offer, did we want to come sign the paperwork? He's like, the only thing that they've requested to change is the settlement to a 28-day settlement. And once we got down to where we were to sign the paperwork, we're still waiting for the real estate guy to get there. And I worked out when the 28-day settlement date was, and it was the first anniversary of my son's death, the 14th of December. So I burst out in tears, and it's like he was looking over us when it came to that. Anyway, so we signed all the paperwork, etc. And we ended up settling on the house on the 16th of December, because the 14th was a Saturday, so it settled on the 16th, so that was really nice. When we got the keys, the keys for the house are J001 keys, so I feel like that's another sign from Jaden. So Jaden, and it was his first anniversary of his death, and it was due to settle on his first anniversary. So just all those things happened, and I feel like he was up there looking out for us. So, sorry, Kitty's playing with the bag on the floor. Anyway, so that's where things have been. So then we moved in January. We moved ourselves. So we did 5 trips from Sydney to Queensland and back again over 2 weeks. So it was crazy hectic, and we were exhausted by the end. I think that last trip was like, we were done. And so we arrived at this house for our last trip on the night of the 26th of January, so Australia Day here in Australia. And sorry, I'm just gonna have a drink. Yeah, so it was Australia Day here in Australia, and I picked up stitching again. I think in February there was a few quick Valentine's Day freebies that were going around at the time, and so I stitched, and I've been stitching, and since then I've done a lot of stitches, but I just hadn't been motivated to FFO anything. So this week, because I've got a lot of Christmas ornaments again that I've made this year, I've been wanting to get them FFO'd so that I can get them onto my tree. So I thought I would come on here and do a little update with the stitched pieces I've done. Now I've also got some other things that I'm going to show you as well. I have gotten a Cricut machine, so I've done a lot of vinyl pieces, like vinyl signs. So I've got a few of those that I'm going to show. And then I've also got an embroidery machine, and I've been working on the embroidery machine. I only got that about 2 weeks ago, so I've been doing some embroidery pieces as well, which I've finished a couple off, so I thought I'd bring them and show as well. And then right at the end I have a little bit of haul, so for anyone who doesn't like watching the haul, I really don't have much. I haven't bought much in months, so a lot of this is from several months ago. I just haven't really bought a lot because I did buy some embroidery threads for my machine, but otherwise I haven't really bought a ton of cross-stitching stuff. So anyway, so I will get started. I have a little bin here beside me, so I'm just going to pull them all out first, and then I can pop them into there as I show you. But I've started to really enjoy working on these, finishing them up and stuff again. So first of all, I'll show you this one, which is my favorite, one of my favorites. Oh, that's the other thing. We've also gotten chickens since moving. We said we were going to get about 6 to 8 chickens, and somehow we have like 48 chickens now, and we've got 3 more hens sitting on eggs at the moment. So kind of got our hands full with chickens, which is another reason I didn't really get back into stitching or finishing my stuff, because we got them in February, end of February I think it was, and it's been a bit of a process getting used to caring for chickens and all of that. I've learnt so much in the 8-9 months that we've had chickens about raising chickens and how to care for sick chickens, because we've had a lot of sick ones, and then like hatching chickens. And this last batch that we had, I did have to do an assisted hatch for one of them, and I had done an assisted hatch on one of our other ones. We ended up losing that chicken, so I was really scared to do it again. But the day prior to that, we actually lost one that had pipped, and then it didn't hatch. So this other one I ended up assisted hatching when it was taking its time, because I didn't want to lose that one as well, and ended up getting that one to hatch at about 12:15 at night, and it's doing perfectly fine, running around all crazy just like its other brother or sister. I'm not sure on their sexes as yet. But anyway, so I'm right into my farmhouse decor and stuff, so I've got some more farmy kind of finishes and stuff. But anyway, so all of what I've got finished today, cross-stitch wise, is just ornaments. Hoping to get a few of my bigger pieces stitched, finished off over the next week or so. So my first piece that I have is this darling little chicken ornament. This design is a freebie from Pinker Pumpkin Quilting, I think it is, on Instagram, and she has a blog. Melissa is such a lovely lady, and she's done quite a few freebies this year. So this is the first one that I've done. And then I've just done, I mounted it on the red, just a little bit of greenery and some trim and a bit of ribbon. So that's one piece that I've done. And then this is another one of hers. I actually put the ribbon on back to front on this one, but it doesn't matter. So this is another one of hers, which is the Santa on the reindeer. It's so cute. I love it. And I've just finished all of her ones off the same at the moment. And I've just got this fluffy chenille trim on it and just your ribbon hanger. So I've done that one. That was another one from Melissa at Pinker Pumpkin Quilting. I've got this tractor one, which is adorable, with the little chicken on it as well. I love her little farm. She did like a little farmhouse series, ornament series. So there's quite a few, and I have a few more stitched I need to finish off from the series, but then there's about another 5 or 6 I need to stitch up yet as well. So I've done that one. And then the last one that I've finished FFOing for the moment is this little barn one of hers. Jasper, don't walk in front of the camera. Sorry. So I've done this other little one, which is a little red barn. So cute. Also from Melissa. I love anything chickens, anything barn, anything farmhouse. So I'm going to try and do a farmhouse tree this year on top of my normal cross-stitch tree. Although we've just got our new kitty who's about to attack my stuff, and I don't know if I have 5 trees I was going to set up this year, but I'm thinking of just doing one now that we've gotten Reuben, because I think he's going to destroy it like the other 2 cats that we had did their first 2 years. But I mean, he's such a cutie. Look how this face is just so cute. Yes, you see yourself, Reuben? He wants to go and attack his brother. Can you not do that, mister? Anyway, back to the finishes. Can you hop down? Because otherwise you're going to knock everything over. And I don't want to refilm this again because I've already started it like 4 times. This is another little finish that I did. I just love this fabric. Just really set this piece off really good. And so I love this. I think this was just a freebie I found on Pinterest. Just a quick little freebie. Didn't take very long to stitch up at all. And I've just done it as another board finish, and I stitched some fabric around the edge to make it a little bit bigger. Just a bit of greenery, and of course a jingle bell at the top. I love the jingle bell tops on them. And then I've done this little farmhouse one. This is just one that I made up myself, the pattern, just from some free fonts off of Pinterest, just to try and add a few little farmhouse ones. I should have allowed a little bit of extra red fabric around the edge so you could see the stitching at the top, but anyway, it's a very long skinny one, and I just added some bells on that. So that one was pretty cute. And then this is one of my favorite pieces I finished. This was out of one of the cross-stitch, just cross-stitch ornament issues. I can't remember which one. I think it might have been 2017 or 2018, but I absolutely love this one. I mean, I know it's hot in Australia at Christmas time, but I don't care. I still like the snowman and stuff. It's just super cute. And I love how it turned out on the blue. The blue fabric I dyed myself. And then I just finished it off on the board with a bit of trim and just a little blue flower that matched in didn't need to add too much extra for this one because it speaks itself in my opinion. So I really like that one. I can't remember what it's called. So now moving on to, I've just got a couple here of some little ornaments I've done on my Cricut machine. Some little farmhouse vinyl ornaments. I've got more to finish off, but I haven't finished them yet. So I've got this little piece here, which just says welcome to the farm. And it's got the little horse and stuff. So that's super cute. And I just did some red and black buffalo check ribbon at the top and a simple little bow and a diamante thing. So that one there was nice and quick. And then this other one I did, which says, have yourself a merry little Christmas. That was just a vinyl that I did, and I went perfectly on these little wood boards. These are just like a little thin 3mm or something, 5mm ply boards. I just got from a craft shop up here, or a cheap shop. And then I just added some twine around the top and a little bit of buffalo chicken and a buffalo ribbon, and a little flower at the top. So that one was super cute. And then now on to a couple of embroidery ones. So I, in October last year when we came up, I bought an embroidery machine for my mum. I got her a Brother, I think it's the NV800E embroidery machine. And so we didn't really get a chance to use it until I think about August or September of this year, between moving and then COVID happened. So because she's an hour and a half from us, it was outside the zone of how far we could travel. We didn't get isolated at home, but we were isolated and restricted to how far we could travel. And she was outside of the kilometers that we could travel. So for about 6 weeks, we couldn't see each other. And we were going to go, Ruben, stop it. We were going to go to do some classes at the place, because part of buying it, you could get free classes, but with COVID, once again, we didn't. So anyway, I think it was August or September, I went over to her place and we got it going. I just YouTubed a video and did it from that. And so this was one of the pieces that I did on that. That was a little embroidery that was included in the memory of the machine. And I just thought it was super adorable. But I love the red cardinals and the blue jays and stuff. Even though we don't have them over here in Australia, but the cardinals are just gorgeous. I love them. So I did that and decided to turn it into a little ornament. We had a lot of issues with this one. Everything was fine except for the green thread, and the green thread was a bitch. It just wanted to break constantly. I think it broke like 10 times doing this greenery, and I was almost about to give up, but anyway, we got it finished. So that one turned out really, really cute, and I love that. And then this one here is then in October, no, it was about 2 weeks ago, so beginning of November, middle of November it was. I had ordered a machine. They were out of stock for several months, so I had ordered the same embroidery machine because I really loved working on it so much. So we had to wait about 6 or 8 weeks for it to come in, and it finally came in mid-November. So I got that, so I've been working on that like crazy now. And so I did this piece yesterday that I've made into an ornament. It's stunning. I love this piece. I'm going to restitch it today properly. So it's actually skipped some, which is why I decided to turn it into an ornament. So where you can see the grey over there, that was actually supposed to be filled in with trees like this. And then there was supposed to be some down here too, I think. And then it's supposed to have Santa and his sleigh across the moon. But the black was playing up and it had skipped. So I just decided, I tried to unpick this and I couldn't get it unpicked. So I just decided to leave it. It looks fine. And I just made it into a larger sized ornament. And I really like it. I love how it come up. I mean, usually I gravitate towards the red trucks, and I have quite a few of those that I need to do that I want to stitch up. But this blue truck one just caught my eye, and I think it's stunning in the blue. The blues are just so pretty. And I'm having lots of fun working on the embroidery machine. So that's that piece. So that's my last ornament finish. Now I have one cross stitch piece that I'm still working on at the moment. So I will hold that up. So the piece that I'm working on is the Seasons in Chalk Art Christmas that was in, I think, the 2016 one of their Just Cross Stitch magazines, and it was designed by Priscilla Blaine from Stitching with the Housewives, and I'm not sure if Hands on Designs charted it up for the magazine, I'm not sure. So this is, I actually started this one 2 years ago, and I stopped stitching it, and I decided to pull it back out a couple of weeks ago and try and get it finished off for Christmas this year. So this is what I have done so far. As you can see, I'm almost done. I just need to finish off the middle house, finish the windows, and then do the light thingies on it. And then I need to finish off the last house and the lights, and then a couple of snowflakes at the bottom, and it will be done. And I love this piece. I can't wait. So I'm going to try and get this finished off in the next few days. It's been so hot here, so and because I've been playing on the embroidery machine and stuff, I haven't really stitched a lot the last week. So then a couple of other embroidery pieces that I have that I've done in the last few days. I did this joy pillow. I've just done this as a little display, and actually display it in a little sleigh that I have here, that I got last year for Christmas. And this ribbon, I just love this variegated thread, and I'm almost out of it, and it was a discontinued one from Spotlight several years ago. But I managed to find one very similar, a Marathon brand one. There was a shop I went to on Friday with my mum to get some embroidery threads, and I knew that brand had the red and green and white variegated, but they didn't have it listed on their website. Anyway, when we went in, they had one left, so I grabbed it while I could, because I just love it. I think it works out really so pretty in these stitches. So I've got a few others from this series I want to make as well. That's one says peace and one says Mary. Then my last embroidery piece I did is this. Let's see if I can go back far enough so you can see the whole thing. So I've got this Red Barn Merry Christmas. I absolutely love this piece so much. The detail in it is gorgeous. I think it's so pretty. So I did that piece and FFO'd it just like I would a cross stitch. Now this board, it was just MDF, and I painted it, and then when it dried enough, I used my razor blade and a ruler, and I scored the lines in it to make it look like barnwood. I really love how it turned out. So that's that piece. So I've got quite a few things to put up yet for Christmas. Let's pop that behind me. Sorry about that. And then the last couple of things I'm going to show before I get to haul is some signs that I've been working on that I love. These are going in our bedroom, part of our bedroom decor for Christmas. So I've done this one here. Hubby showed me how to cut the timber on the drop saw, so I've been going for gold and doing it all myself and having a ball learning how to do it. And so I just did, I think this was some ply or MDF, I can't remember what it was, and put the vinyl on, painted it white, obviously put the vinyls on, and then stained the timber in, I can't remember, walnut brown or something like that. So there's the cow for that series. And then there's the Noel. And then there's the chicken. Of course, I had to have a chicken. And then this one here I made up myself, the piece, because I wanted it to match in with the Noel. So I kind of just picked a font that was close enough. Then I cut something extra to add to make the tail. Cut the mistletoe thingies from the Noel piece and added, and did the same border as what's in the Noel piece. And so I love all four of those. So that's it for craft projects. So the next thing I'll get to is a bit of haul. So if you aren't interested in seeing haul, thank you very much for watching and joining in with me today, and I will hopefully see you back next time. If you like my videos, subscribe and give it a thumbs up, and thank you for watching. So now moving into haul, one of the bigger things that I've bought is just some more black Ada. I've been doing a lot of chalkboard stitches to do a chalkboard tree, and obviously I have all the Priscilla Blaine's pieces, the Stitching with the Housewives. So I ordered just another 4 meters of black Ada because I was almost out of Ada, or of black Ada, I should say, and I don't think I could stitch on black linen. Even weave might be okay, but I'm just sticking with the Ada for the black. And then into a few patterns. So this is probably the most recent pattern that I've purchased, and I purchased this. I was enabled to do this because of Christy from Java Girl Stitches. I just love how her piece turned out, and so straight away I was on the hunt for that pattern and I got it straight away. So it's the Hilda Boo and Sunflowers 2. I love this piece and I love how she did hers and finished it. So I'm hoping, sorry for the glare, that's a bit better. So I'm hoping to get that stitched up next year. Obviously I won't do it this year. And then these are some that I've purchased a little while ago, probably back mid of the year or earlier in the year. So this is from Country Cottage Needleworks, Vintage Christmas. I might change the colours up in that, I'm not sure. But I do like the pastel-y colours in that one, which might be all right for my kitchen, part of my kitchen decor. And I have another one that does it to do in pastels as well, so it might go really good. And then I found this collection from Fralala, I think it is. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce the names of these ones, but these Christmas pieces are gorgeous from this company. So you can see if you can read the name, but I'm not going to even try and pronounce it. But I like that one. And then I have this one here, which is also super cute. That's the name if you want to try and look it up. And it's from collection Fralala. And then there's this one, which is super cute. So that's the name of that one. And then another Country Cottage Needleworks one, Christmas Carols. So that one there is super cute. I can't wait to stitch that one. I will probably not do that till next year now. I want to finish off that one that I'm on right now. And then Heart and Hand Patchwork Deer. This is gorgeous. I really would like to stitch this year, but I mean, it's already the 1st of December, so I doubt that's going to happen. This is another one I would have liked to have stitched, but I haven't yet either. Candy Cane Lane by Brenda Gervais. I love this piece as well. So many pieces I want to stitch, especially Christmas ones, but you know, time gets away. So this one is Gingerbread Cottage from Country Cottage Needleworks as well. Excuse me. Peppermint Lane from Country Cottage Needleworks. I love this piece as well. And this one is Madame Chantilly, the Celebrate Christmas, which is the Christmas tiered tray version. I'm hoping to stitch that next year because it's gorgeous as well. I mean, they're all gorgeous. I wouldn't buy the patterns if I didn't think they were, but I just get so excited to want to start things. Santa's Tree Farm by Brenda Gervais as well. That one looks like it might be a fairly quick stitch, so that might be one I can work on next year and get done. I love this one, another chalkboard one, Country Cottage Needleworks. Is it Away We Go? from Country Cottage Needleworks. I love this piece. Once again, the chalkboard. Anything chalkboard or farmhouse, I seem to gravitate towards. This one here is Natale in Rosa from Batakuri, I think is how it's pronounced. How stunning is that? This piece is just gorgeous. So that's the name of the designer. And then that's the name of the pattern if you wanted to look it up. Or if you want to know any of the names of these patterns, just pop a question in the comments and I can give you the details in the comments then. And another Country Cottage Needleworks one is Silent Night. So I think this one is really super cute too. So that's all what I've got to show of haul, kind of, for now. The last thing that I want to show you is I signed up for Silks For You, put out, I think it was in October, about doing a 12 Days of Christmas club, and you could sign up and you get little goodies. So I signed up for the 12 Days of Christmas sale. It's not a sale, sorry, 12 Days of Christmas. So it starts on the 14th of December through to Christmas Day, obviously. And each day you open the gift that has the appropriate day on it. So mine arrived yesterday, and so it's got all the little goodies in it, and it's all, you know, they've all got their date to or their day to open it on. So that was the last thing that I got, and I got that in yesterday. So I'm super excited for that this year. And I thought I might film each day and upload each day what's in it for that day. If that's something you'd like to see, let me know in the comments, but I was thinking of doing that. It'd only be a quick video, like a couple of minutes, and maybe along with it, yeah, I'll probably just do that on its own, like opening that kind of thing. And if I have another advent, maybe the same thing. But at the moment, that's probably all I'm going to stick with. So that's about it, I think, for this FLOSSTUBE video. I'm hoping to go back to regular videos, maybe every 2 weeks, maybe every 4, depending. I have a lot of pieces I need to FFO. I have at least 100 pieces out in my craft room that I need to FFO. So while I'm working my way through FFOing those, I might do a weekly or fortnightly update, just so that I don't have a ton of them to do at one point, like at the end of each month. And especially when a lot of what I'm going to be FFOing is Christmas ornaments, and I want to get them on the tree, so I might just do them weekly and then I can pop them onto the tree straight away. So that's about it for this update. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you all have a blessed December. I know it's been a rough year with COVID and everything else that's gone on, but hopefully, you know, the new year will bring in some better times for people. So thanks for watching, and please consider subscribing, and I will catch you next time. Bye for now.